Okay, this video is the situation at the end of July, August 1942. First thing I've got to do is admit I made a bit of a boo-boo with the US war chart, the tension and entry levels. Misread one of the rules, so I've had to try and backtrack as much as I can and redo it. So I've redone the stuff from the start of this year. I've got it to where I've made a few declarations of war against Germany and a couple of declarations of war against Japan, neither of which have turned out with war. They've all failed. That's really annoying, but it's just one of those things. You're going to make errors with a huge game like this. You're going to make mistakes. Okay, let's have a look at what people have been doing. The United States continues its armaments program. It's sort of lend-lease and sort of quite active support for the Allied cause at the moment. You've got supplies going via lend-lease up to Vladivostok. Other things they've done, not a great deal really. So we have a look at the Japanese of pushing forward in Burma, but there's a lot of Commonwealth units blocking the way there. There's sort of activity in New Guinea here. They've sort of tried to move into Papua New Guinea. They've increased the amount of military units like naval air and stuff in the Pacific, just generally sort of shoring up the boundaries of this empire. We've got submarine. They've launched a submarine campaign against the Commonwealth here to try and sever this convoy route, which goes all the way through the Med to Britain eventually. It's not been very successful, but at least they're trying. China, it's just been stalemate. Chinese and the Japanese are really just sort of sat there, sort of unable to get enough strength points to make any great push in either direction. Nationalists are obviously limited by the fact that they only attack at half strength. Communists are trying to push northern China, but poor terrain and bad communications are making that difficult, to say the least. Anything else? That pretty much covers Asia Pacific. Here we've got Italy. They've been pushed back again by the Commonwealth in the Mediterranean, but they're still holding on to Libya. They won a naval battle in the Eastern Mediterranean and severed the convoy routes again, either dispersed or destroyed them. The British were fighting, but although they didn't suffer particularly badly because there were bad roles for the Italians, they decided to retreat rather than, to abort rather than to carry on the fight. Italian convoys are being annihilated by British submarines in the Italian coast area. The Italians, they've moved a couple of units up to the Eastern Front to help out the Germans. That's probably about it for Italy. Oh, no, one other thing. The Romanian oil that was being diverted to Italy is being sent to Germany now. This is mainly because the Germans are starting to run out of oil. Now, they've got synthetic oil plants coming online soon. They've got at least 2 in the pipeline. But without that Romanian oil, they're going to be struggling to maintain an offensive capability in the east. Commonwealth, they've had fights with the German submarines here, had some damage to the convoys there, lost all the convoys in the North Sea to German subs. Basically, they've got complete control of the Western Med, but they need to get over here and start taking control of the Eastern Med and get these convoy routes open again. Well, we finally it comes to the main show. The Germans and the Soviets have been knocking seven bells out of each other. There's been fighting going all the way up and down this front. There hasn't been any real sort of territory gained or lost either way. The Germans, they did make a couple of breakthroughs, but the Russians snapped them off immediately afterwards. Leningrad is getting a bit under pressure now, to say the least. Germans still not that far from Moscow. Moscow's only there. But in the south, they've not achieved anything like they did historically. It's been a complete failure for the Germans there. They're well contained by Soviet armies in the south. And that's about it, really, for what's been going on. As I say, I'm a bit annoyed about this American entry thing, but these you just can't help making mistakes with this sort of thing. Okay.